Good morning, guys. Lillian with Lily Ray's collection. Today I'm going to be drawing one of the Fun Fab Faces. I'm participating in the challenge, and it's just to improve your skills. And the person that's running it, it's Campbell. She's on YouTube and every social media, from Instagram to Pinterest. So just type in FunFabFaces. It's pound 100 FunFabFaces or Campbell. I started late because I just found her on YouTube. I wasn't looking for her, but I did find her, and I'm happy that I found her because now I get to occupy my mind and improve my skills. So, this is a inexpensive art journal that I have. I've done a couple of things. That was practicing. This was one that I posted on her Facebook page. This was another one that I posted on her Facebook page. And there is another one. And this was with Jane Davenport Supplies. And then this one, I decided, I have one that I drew. I'll show you. Where is it? Oh. It's in here. Anyway, I kept her in black and white, and what I decided to do, this was one that I drew. Here's another one. This one was just yesterday. And oh, it's this one. This one I kept black and white, even though I decided to do her in purple on recollection paper. This is her. And then I also did this one. This one. And this idea was from the Frugal Crafter, Lindsay, which I also follow. And this one. Okay. So I think that is it. So I took this one, I cut her out like this, her neck, some of this, and then yesterday I just scanned her, cut her out, and pasted her, and I used watercolors, and this is Jane Davenport watercolor. So if you do a face, you can do different expressions. You always have a face to work with. That's not going to help you with your practice, but if you're in a pinch and you want to just do something, then that's another idea. I'm going to continue making different faces. But this one was just, I didn't feel like making a face, so I figured let me just do something. So that's that. Alright, so now we can get started on this one. I don't want to take too long because I don't have time lapse. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see what we're going to do here. I have no idea what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to use a 2B pencil. This is a graphite pencil. And since I've already done her face, I need to do her hair. So, I wanted to do her hair, but I wanted it to be flowers. But, I don't know. So this is actually, I should use a marker. have some hair coming from here. From here, this is the part, as Karen would say. So you always go to the root of the hair. And then here, I'm just going to go this way. Like that. And then we'll give her a... And then this one needs, so that's that one. This one needs, there we go. This one's behind. So we'll leave that one as is. So already you have your your hair. I'm going to have to use a marker so that I can go ahead and cover that. So now that I have her hair in, let me grab my Sharpie. I have this one and these two. I'm going to grab the thicker one. Yeah, so this way I can just run it along here. And when I use the watercolor, this is permanent, so something's here that doesn't let me. Okay, that's that. Alright, so I was using these are Jane Davenport watercolors. I have the neutral and the brights. It's a pan that needs to be cleaned. And then I have my watercolor brush. What am I going to do here? What color should we do her hair? Should we do her hair blue? I just love this color. Let's see. Just do it over here. So I like to watch the Frugal Crafter, Lindsay, because she knows details about the details. She's so informative. I learned a little bit of color theory by listening to her. I've never taken a class, but I've always had a good eye for colors. But she is fabulous to listen to. So I will link her below, as well as Karen. So let me just start. And then this is dark back here. should be darker because that is a shadow. And I use gesso on this paper before I put her down. Let me turn her. If you're watching and you want to speed this up, you can speed it up by hitting the little wrench that says settings, and you have different speeds that you could watch this at. I just don't know how to put that in before the video is saved. I've been having issues with my camera. I think I need to update my camera, but right now it's not possible. And this is mixed media paper that I'm using, but it's a, inexpensive brand. So that's why I decided to put some gesso down. It absorbs less that way, and it gives you a nicer, a smoother look. Oh, that's my phone, sorry. You could work better with the watercolor. Isn't this a beautiful color? Darker right here. I have to stay in camera. I keep pulling the book towards me. This is the first layer. Oh wait, I have to... And excuse my sniffles. I do have allergies, which are really annoying, but I can't. There's nothing I could do. I do apologize, however. Oops. The roots, as we all know, are always darker. Although I should let this dry. Okay. While that dries, I'm going to work on her face a little bit. Alright, and the color that I used for her face is, let me grab these. Oops. Okay, the color that I used was Spice for her face. I made this side darker. And where it's darker, as you know, that's where the shadow is coming from. The light's coming in from this side, and it's darker on this side. So, I'm going to make her just a little bit darker. So one side stays lighter than the other. I'm still trying to get my faces as smooth as Karen makes her faces look. I hate when you used acrylics and then you have these lines. I mean, they're visible to my eye. I don't know if it's the same with hers. Karen, if you're listening, let me know if your faces are to your eyes. Not in the camera, but to your eyes. They have lines. I mean, the one I did yesterday, I really had to work on her face a long time to get her as smooth as she looks. And the idea for cutting the face out, I saw it with Karen. She was working on a project on one of the faces, and she didn't like the hair, so she cut the hair out, and she started all over again. which was a great idea. So I figured, well, you know what? I still have that one. I haven't put any color on it. So I just did the same thing. Not a bad idea. Let's put some shadow on her nose here. And you don't want these hard lines, so in order to get rid of those hard lines, you just mix just a little bit of water and kind of blend that. It doesn't have to be straight. Okay, and here she has a scar, which I'm not going to touch. And you have a little bit of shadow on this side from the hair, because you always have hair. She has her hair in front of her covering her eyes, so she's going to have some shadow right in here. Get rid of those harsh lines. And this is going to be dark. Okay. Now, everything else is drying. I want to give her some, excuse my sniffles once again. Let me use, I want to give her some of, I have a little palette here. So these are Tombos that I'm using. And they're watercolor pens, water soluble. So if you want to get a really light color, make sure that your brush is clean. And you can put it on your palette and kind of put it in there. Same thing on this side. And just remember not to wet your nib, because if you wet your nib, the actual color won't come out. Gotta make this kind of even. Let me turn her. I have to let this side dry, still wet. So when it dries up, then I'll add more rouge. And of course, I always add, when you add rouge, you add it as though it's your own face. Right? Okay. Let me put these over here. These are my Tombow markers. And these are the light colors. I love them. Now, what can we do? do her eyelashes with, this is Faber-Castell Pen Black. Let me do her eyelashes. Oh, this is wet right there. I'm gonna have to let that dry. I don't want to darken her eyes too much. Okay. And then see if this one is going to work. Yeah, this one should work. And then this, of course, is already white, but you have to extend it out. And I know her eyes are not even, but they're going to, unfortunately, stay like that. Because if I start fussing with them, these are the highlights. Highlights you can put wherever you want. And she has to have a highlight on her nose. Make her parentheses too big. They have to be small, like that. Just like that. Actually, I have to finish her lips before I do that. So I'm going to deepen her lipstick. And then put a highlight on her lips. I know that she's supposed to have line in her lips, but this time around I don't want to put lines in her lips. I'm going to let them dry. She's going to be very just a couple of lashes. of course they go in every different direction. And I'm not going to go all the way to the middle of her eye. Oh, she needs that's the wet. I'm going to dry her up and then I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to try not to put my head in the way here, but I need to see her when I do these eyelashes, otherwise they're not going to come out correctly. What's wrong? Sometimes the pen gets wet and it doesn't want to come out. Excuse me. Maybe you just need another pen. I don't know. There. You know, lashes, they crisscross each other. They're just not straight on. And here, when they go in the middle, when you get to the middle, it's going in a different direction. And now the top. See if I can do the top. And again, I'm not going to go completely to the center. I have to make them a little darker because I did the other side a little darker. There. Now the pen, the juice is coming out of the pen. Okay, much better. Her eyebrows I'm going to leave as is. Deepen this just a little bit more. Excuse me. Okay. And let me see if I can find. These are watercolored pencil Arteza. I don't recommend these. These are not they're not very soft. They're not, I don't like them. If you want to work with the nib just a little bit soft, they're just very hard. What I do is I just wet the tip. I use the palette there. I put my point in and then I use it that way. And see, then it kind of, see how it releases? It's smoother that way. Just don't, you know, put them into, excuse me, into a cup of water. Just dab it in, use it as you need, and then make sure that they dry. And I put my pencils upside down. These don't have a shaft. These are shaft, I think they call them shaftless pencils or something like that. Where if you drop it, it'll break your the ink inside, and then you'll have problems when you sharpen it. So you have to be very careful with them. Or they call them woodless, that's what it is. I found that out by listening to Lindsay the Frugal Crafter. And then I make these circles as I would do when you're using a graphite pencil, just to give it more volume. When it dries, you could see that a hint of something there, and then that's where I would then do the highlights. Excuse me. Okay, now let's move on. We are at 20 minutes. Okay. I want to use these Recollection. These are like gelatos, but they are from Recollection. Let me leave my white one out. And they have sparkle in it. And of course, they're water soluble. So, I had fun working with them yesterday. I'm going to use them again today. I'm going to put this painting upside down, like that. We'll get back to her hair. I want to do some of the background. So today, I want to use this pink to match her lipstick. Actually, these are the same colors I used yesterday. But they're so yummy. Can you see that? Oh, I hope I'm in right there. All I do is just rub enough that you're going to have enough on there to use with your watercolored brush, which will then activate the shiny substance. And it goes a long way. This is the easiest way to do a background. And then you can paint it or doodle or do whatever you'd like. And remember, my paper has gesso. Actually, it goes on smoother with the gesso, now that I say that. And I could feel that it doesn't absorb too much in the gesso. It gives us, you know, a nice tooth. They feel even better with the gesso. Oh yeah, that definitely goes on smoother with the gesso. Okay, let's do some down here. And these are on sale at Michael's. if you have a coupon, you can pay as little as $7.50. I think I want to add some purple to this side. And it has, I don't know if I said that already, but it does, they have sparkle. It gets nice and shiny. I don't know if you could see that right now, but if you use gesso, just as I did, you can extend the life of the marker, because the paper is not absorbing it as it would without the gesso. So that's a plus. Okay. Now, I have a tissue over here that I'm cleaning up my nib on. Okay, so now I want to do the dark blue as highlights. What I like with the in using the gesso, you don't have that granulation that usually stays behind, like you could see the parts of the paper in the middle there. In this case, it completely dissolves with the gesso underneath it. So if you want to make your job easier, use gesso. Okay, I think she looks beautiful. I'm going to dry her hair and I will be right back. Okay, I dried her up. I'm going to use the white one, which I haven't used, to see if it gives her shiny white highlights. It's all about the glitter. And this is just a brush that I bought at the dollar store. Okay. Let's see if this is going to... White is always the most difficult color to activate. Wait a minute. Oh, I could definitely see the shine. Let me just put it on there first and see what happens. Maybe this could be her gloss. Maybe just gloss her lips. Or you know what? Let me use the pink for her for her blush. Okay, that worked. And now, I'll put some highlights on her chin and her neck. Not highlights, what do you call these? Shimmer. There we go. Right? Isn't that what they're doing these days? Okay. Let me look at her face. That has to dry. From the dollar store. this is dry. Yeah, this is dry. So now we can add some stuff to her hair. What am I going to add to her hair? I don't want to do the same thing as I did yesterday. I did, however, use a little bit of the blue, the dark blue, for her eyes. So let me see how I'm going to do this. Is this wet? Is this dry? I don't want to put too much on there. Just enough on the lid that you can tell she's wearing some eyeshadow. Isn't that beautiful? And then also underneath her eye, I need a brush. I don't have, let me just get a brush and I'll be right back. Alright, the only thing I found was a Q-tip because I really don't wear makeup and I don't have makeup brushes. So I just added some water here. I wet it and then used it on this. I kind of scrubbed it off on this. Just like that. And so now, oops. Now that I got it in her, inside her eye, I'm going to have to do the other one. Which is okay because it's just beautiful. I hate when I don't have the supplies that I need. Alright, that looks good enough. Let me go ahead and just do the rest of her eye. That would be like the shadow casting. Good enough. Okay. That kind of brought her eyes. Yep. Gave it a little punch. Now, with this gray pencil, everything needs water. With the gray pencil, I'm going to just activate it with this water here. And see if I can't give her a little shadow underneath. And it's a very light gray. I put some up here as well to kind of give that more depth. And that's to the crease of the eyeliner to the eyeliner to the eye. I don't know where that blue came from, but I'm going to have to do that on the other side. Oh, yeah. Okay. Blue it is. Okay. Okay. Now, what else can we use here? I think that blue is too blue. Let me use this one. I want to, once again, give her some okay, that looks good to me. Now, I'm going to have to put you on hold again. I'll be right back. Alright guys, this is the finished product. I had to do everything else off camera because it was taking me too much time. I wanted her to be whimsical, and that takes a lot of time. So let me just tell you what I did. The words are from Tim Holtz. Right up here it says, "Become your best. Let's go somewhere. Paradise found." And then I did some flowers with some leaves. I also, you could see here, I did some stars with some gold metallic pens, some white not Posca pens, white Pip pen. And that was about it. I touched up her lipstick. I finished her eyes. I added more eyelashes because while I was putting on her eyeshadow, her eyelashes were dissipating. So that's it. I hope that you enjoy this picture. This is going to be Fab Face number 9. Look at her beautiful eyes. I love her eyes. Alright guys, well, I hope that you enjoyed this session. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you soon. Take care.